Hey everybody, this is Wildman Wess here, and I know we did Shocktoberfest and everything, and we said we were going to take a break from some of the horror for a while. However, I just got back from Schaumburg, Illinois, and attended the Days of the Dead convention. Now, I have to give a big special thanks to my friend Megan Arnow and her boyfriend Chris Blair, who is one of the hosts of the FX Makeup Challenge for Days of the Dead, for giving me an invite to this. I had a blast. It's been my first convention in about 6 years. They had a lot of awesome celebrities there, a lot of trade show things going on. And I was sad that I really didn't have more time, let alone more money, to have some fun. But I just figured I'd give you a quick recap on some of the people that I met and some of the goodies that I picked up. So one of the first people that I went to go see was Sean Astin. Most of you probably know him as Mikey from the Goonies, and also from Encino Man, if not Samwise Gamgee from the Lord of the Rings trilogy, as well as his work that he's doing with Stranger Things now. I haven't really gotten a chance to watch a whole lot of it yet, but I'm looking forward to it. Really nice guy. I was, starstruck because growing up in the 80s with some of the stuff that he did, he's an icon in his own right, and very nice guy. Unfortunately, he wasn't doing any photo ops today, so that kind of sucked, but it was cool getting to meet him nonetheless. Funny little tidbit. Next person that I went to go talk to was Kane Hodder. I actually met him back in 2007 at the Horror Hound in Indianapolis, and I took a picture with him, and he was choking me. It was kind of funny, but when I brought him the 8x10 I wanted him to sign, it was actually the picture from 10 years ago, because today was actually 10 years ago that I met him. And when I showed him the picture, he kind of laughed about it, because he said something about along the lines of his arms got bigger. And I think one of his reps kind of made a specific kind of joke, if you get my meaning. But he happened to notice that Tom Towles and Gunnar Henson were in the picture. Now, for those of you who may not know, Tom Towles was in, Devil's Rejects. He was also in Henry Portrait of a Serial Killer, which that was our first episode in Shocktoberfest. And Gunnar Henson was the original Leatherface in Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Unfortunately, since then, both of those two actors have passed away. And Kane Hodder kind of looked at me funny and asked me if I was the Angel of Death. Now, I don't claim to be by any means, but, hey, at least he and Robert Englund are still alive, so that's always a good thing, right? All right, other than that, another person that I got to meet was another 80s icon, William Zabka. Johnny from the Karate Kid series, and also from movies like Back to School, and a slew of other things. I mean, I could go down the list, but he was really fun to meet, just really laid back, just real chill, and I talked to a couple other people in between times. When I was out in the lobby, I bumped into Dee Snider at one point. Very funny guy. Out there, always out there. Got to talk to Axe and Smash from Demolition, from the pro wrestling group. Yep, and then also the Rock and Roll Express was there. They're having a blast too. They had a lot of fans come up to him and ask him a lot of questions. Other than that, that's about all the people that I got to talk to that I could afford to meet today, but I did get a couple little goodies. First up is a graphic comic book called Rotten Tail. It's made by David C. Hayes. So, I talked to some of the people in the from that organization, and I'll get to that in a little while too. Looking forward to looking at this and maybe see if Benny will do this for his comic book corner. And the other one, it's created by Adam Green, who's known for the Hatchet series, and it's Halston. It's I got this signed by Steven Scherrar and Joshua Werner. So I believe there's a TV series on FearNet. I wish I had FearNet right now, but if I get a chance, I'm definitely going to check it out. I also heard there is a possible movie in the process, so hopefully fate comes knocking at my door if there's a chance to audition. And I'll let Ben and DC know about our DJC. Sometimes we switch his nickname up. It is what it is. But yeah, I got to meet some awesome people through that organization as well. I also got a independent movie called She Was So Pretty. It's the anti-bootleg edition. The guy I was talking to at the little booth was selling them for $5. I've heard it's pretty good for a very low-budget film. I mean, on the backside it says, just a horror thriller about a serial killer looking for the girl of his dreams made on a $0 budget. So I'm interested, and I can't wait to look at it. And I don't know if we'll be doing a review on that movie during the next couple seasons of the Wild Wolf Show. We may decide to hold off and put that during next year's Shocktoberfest. I think it's only fitting. Other than that, I got to talk to a bunch of other people from different organizations and companies. I'd like to give special thanks for all of them that got to sit down, and I actually got to talk with a little bit about what they do and what our channel does. First off, I'd like to give special thanks to the guys at Bloody Disgusting. I've seen a lot of their work on YouTube. I'm a big fan, always a big fan. Also, Moses Gibson from Cryptic Closet. They do a lot of custom-made type horror things and novelty, what do you want to call it, memorabilia. The one thing that I thought was funny was it was a Mike Tyson kind of horror thing based off of Saw, but it's because of the joke about his speech impediments, which I don't find really all that. I mean, it is kind of funny in a way, but at least he can understand the jokes. But it was Thaw. So Thaw. So I thought that was rather amusing. Another person, Jay from Scare Bears. Basically, it's a bunch of teddy bears with their faces ripped off and a lot of mutilation. One of them I thought that was really cool. It was a teddy bear with a Deadpool costume on and half his face ripped off. Somebody had already bought it. I was actually kind of bummed because I was thinking about it. I had the extra cash that I could have bought it, but oh well. Another one, Bobby from Dusty Old Movies on YouTube. He does a lot of reviews on classic black and white horror films. I got to talk to him for a little while. He's actually from the New Lenox area, and since we're in the Joliet area, we're very close by. And we even talked about possibly for next year's Shocktoberfest doing a possible collaboration. And honestly, Bobby seems like a really cool guy. I'm looking forward to hopefully working with him in the near future. Other than that, there was Lloyd from Tribe 3. They do a lot of interviews with a lot of horror movie icons as well as in the horror movie conventions. And, had a lot of good times talking with him as well. So to all of you that I just name dropped there, I'm not using that as a shameless plug. I honestly thank you guys for taking all the time to, sit and chat with me for a while, because I honestly feel that out of all the different categories of conventions that I've been to, I love the horror genre the most, because there are different types of people from different walks of the planet that, you bring them together and they all can agree on one thing, that sometimes you just need a little horror in your life. And, with a lot of the people that are doing the makeup effects and costumes, there was one guy I got to meet that was wearing a custom, like his own personal type of character. I believe the name was Simbao. It was kind of like a reptilian type guy. But anyways, if you're watching this, man, I still dig your stuff. He said it took about an hour for the whole makeup process and costume. But, I mean, and you'll see the picture on this video. I thought it was cool. I mean, I dig people that love to do this type of business, because there's nothing like it. Because, every day we're learning something new, whether it's cinematography, lighting, special effects, writing. I mean, yeah, we can kind of joke about how some of the writing in horror movies can be a little passé at best, but just the simple fact of how the next victim's going to get it always changes, and it's always for the best. Other than that, that's all I can really talk about. We're going to be probably filming later on tonight for our upcoming Season 3. We've been talking about it for a while, I know, but we want to make sure we want to get more content out for you from the Wild Wolf Show with our reviews, with the music reading with Wes Freeman, Comic Book Corner with Benny Lupo, the Big Bad Wolf Benny Lupo. I cannot stress that enough. Also, our newest member DJC has his toy box, or aka the toy chest, and with some of our other side segments that we've talked about on episode 0 for season 3. But anyways, if there's any ideas that you'd like for us to try out in the near future on those segments, be sure you leave a comment in the section below, and we'll be sure to get to it as quick as possible and give you a shout out in the process. Until then, We hope you like, share, and as always, push the red button, because more subscribers means more content, and as we've said time after time again, we want to give you more content because we appreciate all the support you've given us in the last, give or take, 6 months, and we hope within these next 6 months, for our 1-year anniversary, we're going to be bigger and better and have more for you. Until then, I'm Wildman Wess, and I'll see you later.